Hi everyone, it's Janis here with a new episode to help you build better daily structure and be in control of your life. Every year, millions of people make resolutions to improve their lives. They start to go to the gym, eat healthier, and learn new things. But this change doesn't last long. As the time goes on, the initial excitement starts to wear off, and people go back to their old ways. Why is it so hard to stick with a good habit, even when we know that it's the right thing to do? Today, we'll take a look at the Fogg's book called Tiny Habits to discover the small changes that change everything. If this is your first time on this channel, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates on my latest videos about time management and productivity. Also consider joining my free productivity mastermind group, where I do live coaching calls and live Q&As, where you have a chance to ask me any questions. We all know that we should adopt healthy habits, but you already know how hard it is to stick with them. Sometimes we think that we will only skip one day, then 2 days, a week, and before you know it, it's been a month since you've stopped your exercise. So let's take a look at some of the strategies that you can put into place in order to develop and stick with your healthy habits. Number 1. What influences human behavior? To change your habits, you have to change your behavior, and your behavior is driven by motivation, ability, and prompts. First element is motivation. This is a desire to do something in the first place, like feeling of hunger or motivation to watch a good movie. Second is ability. This is a capacity to do that thing. If you want to order the burger, do you actually have the money to buy it? Third is prompts. These are stimuli that trigger you to take certain action. This could come in a form of advertising or anything else. Imagine that you're driving with a car and you start to feel hungry. That raises your motivation to think about food. Then you see the sign that there will be a restaurant after 300 meters. That's a prompt that makes you want to eat even more. Once you see the restaurant, you decide to park a car and have a meal. That's your ability to stop the car and go for a lunch. Of course, there might be some reasons why you don't have ability to stop. For example, the restaurant might be full, or you might have no time, in which case you'll keep driving. Number 2, motivation doesn't drive change. Motivation is good for doing something big one time, but it's weak when it comes to staying consistent over the period of the time. That's why motivation is not good for building habits, as they need to be executed day in and day out. People often think about one big goal to get their motivation flowing, but this one-off activity will not produce the results that you desire. Let's say you want to save some money. The thing with saving is that you can't just become very motivated and save a lot of money from thin air. Saving requires consistency, and it's not only about putting some money aside every time you get a paycheck. It's about how you make your daily decisions when you do your shopping. The same principle applies when you want to get in shape. Exercise requires consistency. You can't just do one hard workout thinking that you will compensate for the rest of the week. So don't use motivation as the means for building a better habit. Instead, you should be focusing on how to improve your behavior, little by little. Number 3, easier habits equals better results. What usually stands in the way of building a lasting habit is how difficult they are. Therefore, simplifying a desired behavior is a great way to design mini habits. This will usually come down to several factors like time, money, physical capacity, mental energy, and how they fit with your current schedule. Let's say that you try to develop the habit of reading as part of your evening routine, and you decide that you'll be reading 10 pages every day. It doesn't cost any money to read, and no physical energy is needed, but time and mental energy could be the real issue here. After a long day, 10 pages might seem like a big ask, and instead of getting some reading done, you will not even open the book. The solution here is to scale down your habit from reading 10 pages to reading only 1. This will reduce the resistance to minimum, and you shouldn't have a problem sticking with your habit. Once you do your 1 page, the ball will be rolling, and you're likely to keep going until 5 or 10 pages are done. Number 4, design your own prompts to build new habits. In our everyday life, we are surrounded by prompts that drive our behavior. You get a notification and suddenly want to check out your phone, or you see the discount in a store and you suddenly want to buy that ice cream. And we often behave based on these prompts without giving them too much of a conscious thought. The problem, however, is that most of the prompts in our life are triggering us to do unhealthy habits and engage in unhealthy behavior. We wake up in the morning and start using our phone instantly. There is a motivation to do it because it's interesting, and ability and prompts are also there, as phone is in our hands after switching off the morning alarm. But there is also a positive aspect because we can design our own prompts to build new habits and improve our lives. For example, to avoid using phone in the morning, we could easily get the old school alarm clock that wakes us up in the morning. If you're struggling to lose weight, then it's probably a good idea to remove that big bowl of sweets from the kitchen table or replace it with a bowl of fruits. If you want to start reading more, then you can place a book on your pillow after you make your bed in the morning. Then in the evening, that will serve as a trigger to read few pages before the sleep. So what you have to do if you want to develop your own triggers is to identify things that you're already doing and then attach your new habits. Here are some things that we all do and we can use them as prompts to our behavior. For example, picking up the phone, going to the toilet, meeting a person, eating a meal or snack, taking a break, etc. Years ago, the author developed a tiny habit. Every morning as his feet would touch the ground when waking up, he would say to himself, "This is going to be a great day." It's a tiny thing, but it helps to start the day in a positive way. Number 5, keep it small. And the final tip is to keep your habits small. Remember that you cannot fail because your habits are too small. You will only fail if you make them too big. I hope that these strategies will help you to build better tiny habits and improve your life for better. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to this channel, then type new in the comments below. If you want to learn how to set better goals, make better decisions, and build solid structure in your life, then check out my free Productivity Mastermind course to take your productivity to the next level. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss my upcoming videos.